Welcome everyone. First of all, I want to express my sincere gratitude and heartfelt thanks to my subscribers. Thanks a lot for subscribing the channel. Today we will explore chapter number 3, ruling the countryside in history in class 8, and I am here with 25 pretty important questions. Video is going to be exciting. Watch thoroughly. You will get 5 seconds to give the correct answer. So let's get started. As you can see, the question number 1 is, who among the following got the right to collect the revenue in Bengal after the Battle of Buxar? The option number 1 is Mir Jafar. Option number B is East India Company. Option number C is French East India Company. And option number D is Portuguese East India Company. And your time starts now. So you can see the correct answer is East India Company. After the Battle of Buxar in 1765, dual government was formed in Bengal and East India Company got the Diwani rights, means rights to collect the revenue from the farmers. So let's move to the next question. Next question, question number 2. Which of the following land revenue system was implemented by Lord Cornwallis? Option number 1, permanent settlement. B is Mahalwari system. C is Kastkari system. And D is Ryotwari system. Your time starts now. As you can see, correct answer is permanent settlement. Lord Cornwallis introduced the permanent land settlement or the zamindari system in 1793 in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. So let's see what is question number 3. Question number 3 is, which of the following statement is wrong about the Great Famine of Bengal during the company rule? To find out the wrong one about the Great Famine of Bengal. Number 1, this famine occurred in 1770. Artisanal and agricultural production collapsed during that time. Option number C is, it killed 7 million people in Bengal. And option number D is, it was the first major famine under the British rule. And your time starts now. I hope you got the answer. Find out which one is wrong. So the correct answer is, it killed 7 million people in Bengal. This statement is wrong. In 1770, during the Great Famine of Bengal, 10 million people died. Around 2/3 of the population wiped out during this famine. Moving to question number 4. Question number 4 is, which of the following statement is correct about the permanent land settlement? Find out which one is correct about the permanent land settlement. Farmers paid the revenue to the company. Statement number 1. Option number B is, farmers were the permanent landowners in this system. Option number C, revenue paid by the farmers was fixed. And option number D is, the amount paid by the zamindar was fixed permanently. Your time starts now. So the correct one is, the amount paid by the zamindar was fixed permanently in the permanent land settlement. Revenue was paid by the farmers to the zamindars and zamindar paid the revenue to the Britishers. The revenue which was paid by the farmers was not fixed. On the other hand, zamindars paid the fixed revenue on permanent basis to the Britishers. It was around 89% of the collected revenue. Moving to the next question, this is question number 5, and 5 is, why did Mahatma Gandhi organize Satyagraha in Champaran in 1917? The option number 1 is to oppose the high land revenue. Option number B is to oppose the British laws. Option number C is to protest against the indigo planters. And option number D is to protest against the exploitation of the mill workers. And your time starts now. So find out why Gandhi began this Satyagraha. Okay, so the correct answer is to protest against the indigo planters. British planters forced the farmers of Champaran to grow the indigo on their land, and Gandhi began Satyagraha against them to support the indigo farmers in 1917. It was the first Satyagraha of Mahatma Gandhi, the Champaran Satyagraha, 1917. Moving to question number 6. Question number 6 is, who were recognized as zamindars in the permanent land settlement? Your options are Rajas and Dalpidars, traders and the bankers, company officials, or the Gomasthas. who were considered as who became the zamindars in the permanent land settlement. And your time starts now. So the correct answer is Rajas and Talukidars. Rajas and Talukidars were recognized as zamindars. Zamindar became the permanent landowner in this system. Number 7 is, you can see which of the following system was also known as Munro system. Find out which was called Munro system. Options are Ryotwari system. Option number B, Mahalwari system. Option number C is Kastkari system. And option number D is permanent settlement. And your time starts now, which was also known as Munro system. So the correct answer is Ryotwari system. Ryotwari system was introduced by Alexander Reed. Later Thomas Munro developed it in Madras and Bombay Presidency in 1826. So this Munro system was also known as Ryotwari system, and the name of Ryotwari system is the Munro system. Moving to question number 8. And here is question 8. What do you mean by term Ryots in the Ryotwari system? Village headmen, farmers, landlords, or the kings. And your time starts now. Who were Ryots? And correct answer is farmer. Term Ryot means the farmers in the Ryotwari system. Moving to question number 9. Question number 9 is, in Ryotwari system, land ownership rights were given to whom? Who got the land ownership right in the Ryotwari system? Options are king, zamindars, farmers, or talukidars. And your time starts now. You got your answer? So the correct answer is farmers. In Ryotwari system, land ownership rights were given to the farmers. They directly paid the taxes to the Britishers. So basically farmers were the owners of their own land in the Ryotwari system. There was no mediator. Farmers directly paid the taxes to the Britishers, British officials. Moving to question number 10. What is meant by word Mahal in the British revenue records? What is the meaning of Mahal? So your options are, number 1 is harvest. Option number 2 is village. Option number 3 is towns. And option number 4 is none of these. And your time starts now. What is the meaning of Mahal? I think you got your answer. The correct answer is, it means village. Word term Mahal means village. Moving to the next question, number 11. Bigha was the unit of measurement, and it was equal to 2/3 of an acre, 1/3 of an acre, half of an acre, or 1/4 of an acre. And your time starts now. So the correct answer is 1/3 of an acre. Bigha was the unit of the measurement of the land, and Britishers in Bengal standardized it to about 1/3 of an acre. So it means the 1 bigha was equal to 1/3 of an acre in Bengal. Moving to question number 12. Question number 12 is, which of the following is not a commercial crop? It's easy one. Find out which one is not commercial. Number 1 is cotton, indigo, rice, and tea. And your time starts now. Got your answer? The correct answer is rice. Coffee, jute, opium, rubber, tea, indigo, cotton. These all are the examples of the commercial crops, and commercial crops are grown to sell in the market, while rice is example of the food crop. Moving to question number 13. Question number 13 is, what were the revenue rates for the dry and the irrigated land under the Ryotwari system? Find out which were the revenue and the tax rates during in the Ryotwari system. 50% for the dry land and 60% for the irrigated land. It was 30% of the dry land and 50% for the irrigated land. It was 60% for the dry land and 80% for the irrigated land. Or option number D, none of these. And your time starts now. So here the correct rates were 50% for the dry land and 60% for the irrigated land. This amount of tax was revised after every 30 years. So it was not fixed like in the permanent system, it was fixed. Moving to question number 14. Question number 14 is who introduced Mahalwari system in 1822? And your options are Alexander Reed, Lord Cornwallis, Holt Mackenzie, or the Thomas Munro. And your time starts now. Who introduced Mahalwari system? So the correct answer is Holt Mackenzie. This Mahalwari system was introduced by Holt Mackenzie in the northern western provinces of the Bengal presidency, and later it was implemented in the parts of central India and Punjab. So Mahalwari system was introduced by Holt Mackenzie. Moving to question number 14. Question number 14 is who got the charge of collecting the revenue and paying it to the company under the Mahalwari system? Your options are kings, zamindars, farmers, or the village headmen. And your time starts now. Who got the right? Who collected the revenue in the Mahalwari system? So the correct answer is village headmen. The charge of collecting the revenue and paying it to the company was given to the village headman or lambardar. So basically it was an agreement between the village headman and the British officials. These village headmen collected the revenue from the farmers and submitted it or paid it to the company. So this was the Mahalwari system. Number 16 is which of the following plants were used by European cloth manufacturers to make the violet and the blue dyes? And your options are indigo and mahua, woad and palash, indigo and cocoa, indigo and woad. And your time starts now. What was used to make the color violet and blue? The correct answer is indigo and woad. Indigo and woad were used as dyes, and British preferred indigo because indigo produced rich blue color. So this is why it was in great demand in the European countries, while the dye from the woad was pale and dull. So basically two plants were used, indigo and woad. Woad was produced in the Europe and indigo was produced generally in the colonies. So these two plants were used to make the dyes. Moving to the question number 17. Question number 17, which of the following country was the biggest supplier of the indigo in the world during the British period? And your options are USA, India, Brazil, or South Africa. And your time starts now. Which was the largest supplier of indigo? Okay, so the correct answer is India. India was the biggest supplier of the indigo in the world during the British period. Okay, so moving to question number 18. Question number 18 is Europeans began cultivating indigo in their colonies. Where did the Spanish begin the cultivation of the indigo? The options are Venezuela, Brazil, Caribbean islands, or Jamaica. And your time starts now. Where Spanish began the indigo cultivation? Okay, so the correct answer is Venezuela. Like the French began cultivation of this indigo in the San Domingo in the Caribbean islands, Portuguese did this cultivation in the Brazil, and Britishers did that in Jamaica as well as in India, and Spanish did it in Brazil. Venezuela. Spanish did it in Venezuela. So you learn this, right? This was in the book. So moving to question number 19. Why were Ryots reluctant to grow indigo? Why did they not want to grow the indigo in their farms? And your options are indigo cultivation degraded the land, or planters forced them to grow the indigo, or option number C, farmers were forced to sell the indigo at the lower rates, lower prices, or option number D, all of the statements are correct. All three are the reasons. So find out why farmers did not want to get to cultivate the indigo. And your time starts now. Okay, so your time is over. Let's see what is the correct answer. All of the above, these all were the reasons. This is why they did not want to grow that, because it degraded the land due to the complex root system of the plant. as well as planters forced them, they beated them, some of them also punished them, and farmers were forced to sell the indigo because there was an agreement between the farmers and the planters, and they were forced to sell the indigo at the lower prices. So this is why they did not want to grow the indigo in their farms. Okay, so now it's time to move on. Question number 20. Which of the following system of indigo cultivation was popular among the planters? Your options are niche cultivation. Option number B is Mahalwari system. Option number C is Ryotwari system. Option number D is Cbse system. And your time starts now. Which one was popular among the planters? Okay, so time's up. So here answer is Ryotwari system. There were two systems of indigo cultivation, Ryotwari system and the niche system. And the Ryotwari system was popular among the planters because more than 75% of the land producing indigo was under the Ryotwari system. Here planters forced and exploited the farmers, and they forced them to grow the indigo. This is why it was popular. It was easy for them to produce the indigo through the farmers. Now moving to question number 21. Who produced the indigo under the niche system of the indigo cultivation? Your options are Ryots, option number 2 planters, option number C is zamindars, and option number D is none of them. Your time starts now. Who produced indigo? Niche. Okay, so time is up. Answer is planters. Under the niche cultivation, rich planters produce the indigo on their land. Question number 22. Who were appointed by the planters to beat and punish the indigo farmers for violating the indigo agreement? And your options are Satta, option number B is Lathials, option number 3 is police, and option number D is Gomasthas. Time starts now. Okay, so correct answer is Lathials. Lathials was a strong man who were kept by the planters to terrorize the indigo farmers for violating Satta. Satta means agreement, and they were maintained by the planters. So planters appointed these Lathials to beat and to punish the indigo farmers for violating the indigo agreement, which was also known as Satta. The agreement was known as Satta. So what is question number 3? Let's see. To inquire the system of indigo cultivation, British appointed the Indigo Commission after the Blue Rebellion, and in this report, who was found guilty by the commission? Your options are zamindars, indigo cultivators, indigo planters, or the British company. And your time starts now. Okay, so the correct answer is indigo planters. The commission declared planters guilty and criticized them for their methods which they used with the indigo cultivators. Moving to question number 24. Where did the Blue Rebellion begin in 1859? Your options are Madras, Bombay, Bengal, or Assam. Your time starts now. The correct answer is Bengal. In 1859, indigo riots in Bengal refused to grow the indigo, and Blue Rebellion began against the indigo planters there in the Bengal. Now this is the last question. We are about to reach the end. And so question number 25 is, what was the duty of the Gomasthas? Find out what was the duty of the Gomasthas: to give the advances to the indigo farmers, to collect the revenue, to collect the indigo harvest and the revenue from the farmers, or to give the land for cultivation to the farmers. So what was the duty? And option number D is both A and B are correct. And your time starts now. So the correct answer is both A and B statement are correct. Gomasthas were the paid servant appointed by the British planters to give the advances to the indigo farmers and to collect the indigo harvest from the farmers. So this is how we have reached to the end of the lesson, end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. Thanks.